Good morning, Saturday. Just move chairs out of the way. And let's come up into a comfortable seated position. Let me give you a little bit more screen for me. So if you'd like to sit up on something or support your knees, and if you're sitting cross-legged, try to get your ankles beneath your knees rather than just at your ankles, crossing at just the ankles. I'm going to take a little support under my knees today. Place your hands on top of your thighs and just sit up tall. So use your hands against your thighs to help lift you up tall. Good morning. Hi. All right, so we're sitting up in a comfortable seat, supported or not. Put your glasses on, Maria. And just lift your spine long. As you sit on your sitting bones, maybe sit a little bit in front of them. So again, if you need to have the support of a block underneath your hips, that works. And as you start to breathe in, just expand your breath across the bottom of your belly, across the top of your chest, across your shoulders, and then bring your shoulder bones, or your collarbones, forward. And lift your shoulders up to your ears for a moment. Roll them back and tuck them down the back of the sides of your back. So your chin is parallel to the floor, your crown of your head is to the sky. And then see if this is a place that you can maintain smooth, easy breath. Breathe in, expanding, side to side, top and bottom. It's always good to start this when you're young, if Callie's still there. I wish I had started at that age. Just slow down the breath, slow down the thoughts. Remember, this is your hours. We don't get to do this a lot. So take this for yourself. So be present while you're in your focus on your practice on your mat. Continue to lengthen the breath and expand the breath as you bring your hands to your heart center. And perhaps you set an intention at this time. Seal the intention to the space between the two brows. Perhaps stimulating your sixth chakra, vision, intuition. So maybe you see a violet color. And then take the hands up above the head. Press the palms together. Pull your shoulders down and see if you can open your elbows a little wider. No force. And then stretch the arms overhead, but open up the arms into a wide V. Lift your heart up. Lift your eye gaze up. Keep your neck neutral. Fill up with the breath, inhale, and twist to the right on the exhale. Left hand outside the knee, right hand behind you. Lengthen again, inhale. Twist deeper, exhale. Take your gaze behind you. Relax your left shoulder down. Keep your right hand back as you inhale, turn to the center, and bring the left arm back to meet it. Stay on your fingertips and pull your shoulders back and open up your chest. Stay forward, again, rolling forward. Good morning. Hi. And then keep your left arm there. Take your right arm outside your thigh. Inhale. And exhale, twist. So we lengthen first, and then we make the twist happen. Take the shoulders down away from the ears. Keep your left hand behind you. Turn your torso forward. Take the right arm, bring it back again. Oh, we're getting a whole nice tour of the house. Lift your heart up. It's lovely. Keep your hands behind you and hinge forward until our final destination. Fold forward. Now take your hands or a strap or a towel behind you and interlace your fingers, palms together. Knuckles stay on the earth for a moment. Hinge forward. And then bring your arms away from your back and let your torso come as far down as it will go without lifting your hips up. without creating stress in the shoulders, neck. Good. Inhale, come up. Take your arms out in front of you now. Interlace your fingers. Turn the palms inside out. And then pull your belly behind you. Scoop out your belly. Relax your shoulders. Just pull the palms forward and the belly back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, float the arms. Lean back. Stretch your legs out. Shake them out. And since I didn't tell you which way to sit, cross the legs in the opposite direction. Notice a change, right? Our more, less habitual side, most likely. Go back to having your hands on your thighs and just getting the length in the spine. So I'm on blocks, so I'm not getting my heels as close to my knees as I would like, but that's because I'm on blocks supported. So just try not to cross just at the ankles. Lift up. And exhale. And once again, bring your arms up overhead into that wide V. Shoulders down. Take a breath. Lean to your right side and place your right hand on the floor or block and lean up and over. You can bend the arm, you can even have the forearm on the floor, and then spin your torso part open. Keep grounding your left hip. Take a breath. Release your left hand to meet your right hand. Push your hips over to the left side. Lean your torso as forward as it'll go. Again, keeping the left hip grounded. And then walk from to the front over to the other side. So take both hands on the left side. Push the right hip down towards the floor. And then spin the right arm up and open. Ground your right hip. Bend the left arm if you'd like. Put the hand on a block. Rotate your torso up. Beautiful. And this time, inhale back up to sitting. Exhale, release your hands behind your back. Interlace them one finger over from your normal grip. Knuckles down, heart lifts. Pull your shoulders back. Hinge forward. Keep your hands on the floor till you find your length. And then perhaps take the arms back and perhaps fold a little deeper. Good. Slowly inhale, come back up. Release the hands, interlace the fingers, one finger over in front, palms out. And then pull your belly in and round behind your sitting bones. Scoop it out. And inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release your hands, release your feet. Lean back, shake it out, give a little love to the knees, the hips. And let's just do a little bit of a gentle side-to-side rock and roll. Little rock and roll for the rock and roll. And then go ahead and take your legs over to either side. Come onto your hands and knees. Take any kind of padding if you'd like underneath your knees or double up your mat to support. I just have this, I feel like it's a cyst under my knee somewhere. Hands under the shoulders, maybe even a little bit in front of the shoulders. And let's get a little bit more movement through the hips and the back. So just wag your tail from side to side. And just always remember, and if you're watching this at home later, you know, this is an all levels class, so you can add or take away anything you need or want to. Come back to the center, round your spine, chin to chest, bring your tailbone down towards your hamstrings. Push the earth away and really spread your shoulders apart. Inhale, drop your belly, arch your back. Walk your arms out in front of you and bring your chin and chest to the floor. Keep your hips lifted. Your arms can be up or down, your head could be up or down. So if the chin is too much, the forehead can come down. So we don't want to create any excess strain anywhere. Take a breath. And then keep your arms out as you lift up and just begin to make some circles. All the way through the hips, shoulders, knees, wrists, ankles, fingers, toes. And if you're making the circles, go in the opposite direction.
open, toes touch, arms extended out in front of you. Spread your fingers, push the mat away from your center. Relax the neck, shoulders. Good. One more breath. Good. Inhale, come onto hands and knees. Step your right foot between your two hands. World's greatest stretch. Drop your back leg behind your hip and just lower your hips towards the floor. But see if you can not collapse onto your right thigh. Pull your shoulders back and down. Good. Broaden your collarbones. Looks nice outside. Breathe. Soak it up. Turn your face to the sun. Good. Come to your top of your right knee. If you back off and come to your left knee to get there, drop it back down as much as you can. Inhale, bring your arms behind your back, interlace your fingers, knuckles down, heart lifts, and fold over your right leg. Head down, arms up, wherever they go. Hug your right hip to the center, release your left hip, breathe, inhale, and exhale. Good, inhale, release your hands down, exhale, straighten your front leg. Let's lift the toes up today. Turn the toes to the face, draw your right hip back, draw your left hip forward, and turn your toes to the right side. So just rotate a little bit out of the hip. Notice the difference, maybe more pleasant, maybe not as pleasant. So let your body guide you into how you want to focus on this pose. Inhale, turn your toes forward. Exhale, hinge forward. Tuck your back toes underneath you. Lift the knee, keep the hips low. And then step into down dog, hips up in the air. Bend one knee at a time. And just stay in your down dog for a few breaths while you kind of get the dimensions of your dog, which the more you practice will become more obvious to you, where you need to place your hands where your feet, chest towards your thighs, head between your arms. Inhale high up onto your tippy toes. Lift the kneecaps up, pull your pelvic floor muscles up. Shift into a high plank, top of a push-up position. Shoulders over wrists, belly is lifted, hands can be on the floor blocks. Take a breath. Empty the breath and bring your right knee to the floor and step your left foot in between your two hands. So back to the other side, world's greatest stretch. Bringing your right leg behind you. Good, left hip forward. Lifting your belly away from your thigh. And breathe. Pull your shoulders back and away from you, or from your ears. Take your hands on top of your thighs. So if you went back to get that action, see if you can drop it forward again. Inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, bring them behind your back. Interlace your fingers, one finger over from your natural grip. Lift your chest up, open your chest. And then exhale, fold on top of your thigh. Arms up and back, head down. Just think more about hugging your left hip to the center line and trying not to collapse on your left thigh. One more breath. Good, release your hands to the floor blocks, lift your chest. Exhale, stretch your legs straight, toes up. Square the hips, lengthen your spine, and then turn your toes a little bit to the left. Open up your hip. Minimal. Right? Enough to notice the feeling maybe of a change from your traditional stance here. And if your knee bends, so let it bend. You can also, and I should have said this, but you know you can bring your blocks back further and higher. Inhale, your toes come back to center, your hip turns back. Bend your front knee. Tuck your right toes under. Without lifting your hip, lift your knee off the floor.
So get it long. Yeah, like it's a plank pose. Then inhale to downward facing dog, hips up in the air. Then one knee, then the other. Let your head go. And then find downward dog. Inhale to a high plank. Pull your belly up and in. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale to high plank, head to tail long. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful, guys. Inhale on your tippy toes. Bend your knees, look towards the front of your mat, and take a few steps to walk to the top of your mat. Separate your feet, put 2 fists in between to measure the approximate width of your hips. Bend your knees, send your weight forward so your hips are over your heels. And you might feel like you're going to fall forward into like a somersault. And I mean, if that happens, take a somersault. I know there's a 2-year-old that probably would do that without even being asked. Press down through your feet, chin to chest, round and curl your spine. Start to feel lighter in your torso. Push down firmly through your feet. And then start to roll your spine up. Take your time. Hang like a rag doll. When you get up to standing tall, roll the shoulders back and around. Crown of the head to the sky, so head on top of shoulders. And then open your arms and bring the arms by your side. Spread your fingers. Pull your shoulders back, collarbones broad. Lift your knees up. Push the feet outward from the center of your mat so you have action down the sides of your hips. Good. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, open swan dive, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Now bend your knees here, and then get your torso down towards your thighs. And then decide, is it appropriate for me today, right now, to straighten my legs? Inhale, lengthen your spine. Bring your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, take prayer to the heart center. Release the arms down by your side. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Open swan dive, exhale, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Start with a bent knee, and then decide if it's appropriate to straighten a little bit more. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, all the way up. Exhale, take prayer to your heart center. Release your arms by your side. One more time, take it all the way up. Exhale, open the arms, swan dive, hands to the floor, shins, blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back. Low lunge, crescent lunge, or low lunge, let's call it low. You can also take your back knee to the floor. Hug your hips into the center. Inhale, place your hands on top of your thigh. Bend your back knee so you can drop your hips low. And then you decide again if you want to straighten it, but don't lift yourself up, stay that low. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, bring the arms behind your back. Interlace your fingers, palms together, knuckles down, heart lifts. Exhale, fold over your right thigh. Just a little bit off the thigh. Bring the arms back. And then begin to bring the arms up as you lower your torso a little bit more. You know, I don't mind if you rest a little bit on your thigh, but I don't want you to collapse all your weight there, yeah? Inhale. Now from here, spin your back foot on its side and rise up with your arms behind your back. Inhale, bring the arms up, warrior one. Back foot turns forward, inhale. Hands do not have to touch. Inhale. And exhale. So lift out of your waistline, draw ribs and hips towards each other. Bring the tailbone underneath you. And then open your arms to a T, palms forward, thumbs up. And then turn your torso. Take yourself into warrior two. Good morning. Good, so your thumbs are up, you're in warrior two, ET. I'm sure you're warmed up because I'm sure you did some activity before this. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, reverse your arms, warrior reverse. Lift out of your waistline, pull your right hip towards your left. Inhale, Exhale, take your hands to the floor blocks. Spin your back foot forward. Step into a three-legged downward dog. Left leg in the air. Good, downward dog, place your foot on the floor. I'm going to bring my hands to the floor. You can keep your hands on blocks. Inhale to high plank, shoulders over wrists, look forward. Bend your knees or your elbows or both. Or skip it, meet right back in downward dog, hips up, and we'll stay. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Good. Take a few moments just to relax and settle. Rise onto your toes on an inhale. Bend your knees, look forward. Take yourself to the top of your mat. Halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Bring your arms overhead. Exhale, bring the prayer to your heart center. Release your arms by your side. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Swan dive for the moment. Arms on the floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Step your left foot all the way back. Big step. Right hands can be on the blocks, on the floor. Square your hips. Think about your back leg being in a plank position. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, hands on your thigh. Lift your torso. Good. Release your arms and take them overhead. Bend your back knee, lower your hips, and then straighten the leg, but keep the hips low. Breathe in and out. Don't let your ribs pooch out, so bring your bottom ribs towards your top. Oh yeah. Exhale, release your hands behind your back, interlace it, one finger over, knuckles down, heart lifts. Lengthen out of your torso, hinge forward, hover on top of your thigh, get your positioning of your hips, and then fold a little deeper, bring the arms up. Inhale, rise up. Spin your back foot on its side. Turn your shoulders forward. Reach the arms up, warrior one. Good. So, classically you might be told heel to instep alignment, but that might not work for your body. It's not working for my body anymore. So, just adjust your legs to where they should be for you. Pull the right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. So the hips aren't going to turn forward all the way, but the shoulders, the torso can. Breathe in. Good, then inhale, open your arms to a T, thumbs up. Exhale, turn to your left side, right toes turn, so there's a little bit of an adjustment on either leg. Pull your left arm back, right arm forward. Warrior two with your thumbs up. Inhale, sink a little lower, exhale. Good, inhale, reverse the warrior. Pull your left hip towards the right, don't change your right leg. Inhale, exhale. Good, inhale to the floor, turn yourself forward. Exhale, right leg in the air, three-legged downward dog. Open up your hip. Shoulders stack, or not stack, even, sorry. Four on the floor, down dog. Inhale, take a vinyasa flow, or stay where you are, or add push-ups to it. Lift up. So you have the choice to be on your belly or skip the whole thing, right? Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale on your toes, bend your knees. Take yourself to the top of your mat, halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring prayer to the heart. Bring your arms by your side. So feet can be together, they can be further apart. Again, it's kind of dependent on your body, what your needs are. But either way, the legs are strong, powerful, the feet are grounded firmly. Think that you're pulling the mat away with your outer hips, your pinkies. Open your eyes, sweep your arms up on the inhaling breath. Exhale, fold your way. Now hands down, hands out, you choose. Hands to floor, shins or blocks, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, step your right foot back, turn it on its side. Find warrior one, inhale. Exhale, open, warrior two. Now you can have your traditional arms. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse, release your hands to the floor. Step back, high plank, push up or skip. Upward dog, downward dog. Right leg steps forward, left foot turns on its side. Warrior one, inhale. Exhale, open to warrior two. Good, inhale, reverse the warrior. These are all poses we've done. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back through a flow or skip it and just stay in your downward dog. We meet. Inhale, left foot steps forward. Right foot turns on its side. Rise up, warrior one, same breath. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, hands to floor, step back. Take a vinyasa sequence or skip it, add to it. We all meet in down dog, hips up. Right foot steps between your hands, left foot turns on its side. Warrior one, inhaling up. Exhaling, opens to warrior two. The inhale reverses it. The exhale takes you all the way down till you are in upward dog. Now we upward dog, breathe. Downward dog, hips up. Take one more breath here. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, left foot steps forward, right foot turns on its side. Warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, flow to the floor. Meet in downward facing dog. Use your breath. Let it ride you through the entire process. Inhale, step your right foot forward, left foot on its side, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale to the floor. Take it all the way down through chaturanga or go all the way back to upward facing, to downward facing dog. Hips up. And breathe. Good. Hang out. Send your feet to touching at the back of your mat. Rise up high on your toes. Float your right leg high in the sky. Lower your left heel. Bend your right knee and open up your hips. Square your shoulders. Exhale, right knee, right tricep or elbow or higher. Shoot it to the center. Step it through. Let's turn it right into warrior two. Have your blocks nearby. Send it out in two directions to the sides and in two directions up and down. Good, breathe, warrior two. Good, again, all poses we've done up until now. Left arm down. And exhale, right hand on your thigh. Now have a block on the outside of your right leg just in case you want to go there. When your hand is on your thigh, lift it up a couple times. Make sure you don't collapse so that you're not putting all your body weight into the arm and holding you up. Left arm comes up over the shoulder. Spin your torso to the left. Bring your tailbone beneath you. Stay here or put your right hand outside of the foot on the block, on the floor. And take your left arm behind you and up and over, spin it around. So turn your palm down and your thumb slightly up so your shoulder opens a little bit. And then turn your torso so that you're facing the entire left side of the body. Look up towards your hand. Don't look back behind you. You can look down. Good. Side angle, classical. Bringing your arm on the outside. Look down at your right toes. You're feeling all right. Inhale, bring it up, left arm up. Exhale, reverse the warrior here. Straighten your front leg and stretch your arms up high. Take any size of your stance. Move your hips to the left, torso to the right. Reach out and find your triangle pose. You can use your block, of course. Imagine that you are against a wall. Hug your knees upward. Squeeze your heels inward. Rotate your thighs outward. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, look down for a breath. Inhale, reverse the triangle, right arm up. Exhale, take a quarter turn with your right foot. Turn to the left side of your mat. Arms behind your back, interlace your fingers, knuckles down, heart lifts. And then fold over. Again, bend your knees, let your body come down, and then when you're in this forward fold position, then decide, am I good enough to straighten? Not you're good enough, you're all good enough. Is it okay for me to straighten my legs? Shift your weight forward into the balls of your feet, head down. Some of you like to take inversions here, so it's an opportunity for you to go upside down. If you are upside down, so that's enough. But if you want to bring your feet over your head, this is another opportunity. One more breath. Inhale, pull yourself back up to standing. Release your arms, shoulder height. Turn your right toes right. Bend your right knee. Pull back with your left arm. Good. Inhale. Once again, right arm on your thigh, left arm up. Tailbone underneath you. Now take your left arm, bind it behind your back. Keep your right arm where it is. Slide it on the inside or on a block. And some of you will take a bind half or full, as long as your top shoulder is open. If your left shoulder points down to the floor, and be very conscious of this, right? Get out of your ego. If the left shoulder points to the floor, release your right arm from the bind, right? Otherwise, use it to give you that opening. Take another breath. Good. One more breath. If you're bound, release the bottom arm, release the top arm. Come back up and reverse your warrior. Exhale, take your hands to the floor. Spin it around, step into a high to low plank or right to downward dog. Downward dog is where we'll all meet. Bring your feet closer. High on your toes, left leg in the air. Open your left hip, bend the knee a couple times. Keep your shoulders squared. And then keep it bent as you bring your left knee to your left tricep or shoulder or elbow. Shift it to the center. Step it on through. Have a block nearby. Warrior 2 facing the right side of your mat. Settle in. Good. Pull back with your right arm. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, right arm down, reverse it. Exhale, take your left hand on top of your thigh. Right arm comes up over your shoulder. Spin your heart open. And remember, make sure that you're not collapsed onto your thigh or onto your arm. Good. And now stay here or take your arm outside the foot. Use a block. Take your right arm back and overhead. Palm down and then slightly rotate out. So the thumb turns a little bit more up towards the sky. Eye gaze goes up towards your right hand or down to the floor. And then spin your torso so you have that line. Yeah, it's okay. It's a really hard pose, by the way, right? It seems so simple. It's a very challenging pose to keep the hips level, to tailbone underneath you, to opening up and rotating through the torso. One more breath. Inhale, look down, come back up, reverse the warrior. Exhale, straighten the legs, adjust your stance for triangle, move your hips to the right, move your torso forward. Left arm inside, outside, foot shin block, wherever you have it. Right arm up. Spin your heart open. So make your legs really active. Big toe, little toe, bowl of the heel. Outer thighs rotate out, inner thighs pull in. So we become a little bit more compact in our arrangement. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath. Look down. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Exhale, come back up. Turn your left toes to the right. Adjust your feet as needed. This time, take your hands on your hips. Inhale. And exhale, halfway down. Bend your knees. Then fold down, hands to the floor. Straighten your legs if it's appropriate. Take your peace finger grip around your big toes. Look forward, inhale.
and exhale, elbows out to the side. Another opportunity to go all the way upside down, you choose. Bring your thumb between your fingers and your feet and your fingers, and then allow the front of the head to come towards the floor. Let it rock out. Hips over heels. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to hips. Exhale. Inhale, rise back up. Good. Take your arms up shoulder height. Turn your left toes forward, right toes a little forward if they're not. Left knee bends, warrior two. So if you shortened your stance for those two poses, triangle and whatnot, adjust it back. Inhale, come forward, left arm on the thigh again, right arm up. Now take your right arm behind your back. Some of you will grab the inner thigh. And stay here. Put your hand on the inside or on a block. And if you have a full bind, the left arm comes underneath, but the right shoulder stays open. So don't give up quality, right? Don't give up your form for trying to get deep, what you think is deeper. Good. So rotate it so your shoulders are on top of each other, your heart is open, and your torso lifts up and rotates. One more breath. If you're bound, release it, left arm down, right arm up. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, hands to the floor. Take it through chaturanga push-up or more, or skip it and let's all meet in downward facing dog. Something. Good. Set your legs as wide as your mat here for a moment. Inhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Turn your toes out and either take a block and sit or bring your hips down and bring your arms inside of your thighs. Press your knees against your arms against your knees. Maybe you want to sway a little side to side. Bring your tailbone beneath you. You can have your eyes closed. Just breathe. If this doesn't work for whatever reason at all, just do a forward fold. Inhale. Grow taller, exhale, hands to the floor. Straighten your legs and turn your toes forward. Keep them wide. Walk over to your right side. Turn both feet to the right. Try to keep your feet on the mat, so shorten your stance, or have them off the mat. Walk your hands forward. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward, fold over your leg. Inhale, look forward. Shift your weight forward into your right leg. Lift your left leg up. Keep your right hand down. And turn yourself to the left side. So you're actually turning towards the front of your mat. Stack your shoulders. So if you have the balance, left arm up, you might be able to see yourself in your camera. Half moon. If you don't have the room to move around this way, I know you're in tight quarters, a lot of you, do what you can. Turn it another way. Looks really good. Karen, bring your right hand a little bit more under your shoulder. Sorry, it's good. Yes, perfect. There you go. Inhale and exhale. So we don't always get to see ourselves in this pose, so it's a nice opportunity for you. One more breath. Hug your right hip all the way underneath you. Exhale, release your left hand. Release your left foot, still about the width of your hips, and just across the edges of the mat. And then bend your knee and fold over. Inhale, tuck your chin to your chest, roll up through your spine. Bring your arms up overhead. Take your hands to your heart. Spin yourself to the front. Adjust your feet so they're side by side, but wide as the mat. And then turn to the other direction. And then go ahead and step yourself into a little bit of a wider stance. Take your arms overhead. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Bend it as much as you need to. Make the adjustments you need to so you're not like half on and half off the mat with your feet. So it's probably going to be a shorter stance. So let's move the arms out in front of us. So here's where it might have happened before. Shift your weight into the front of the front foot. So now your shoulders will go over your wrist, so you're not so far out in your arm positioning. So the weight goes forward, weight in the left leg, hands, shoulders underneath, on top of the hands. Lift your right leg in the air, and then left hand stays on the floor as we turn towards the right side. Stack your shoulders, and if you have the balance, you can look up into your camera and notice your form. Right arm is over the left, right leg is long. Nice, Laura. Breathe. Flex your foot really strong. Perfect, Karen. Oh, it's so funny. Karen is underneath Lauren, and their arms are like one long arm. They're in the same position. It's cool. Okay. All right, one more breath here, everybody. Hang out. Breathe into it. Settle into it. One more breath. Exhale, hands down, feet on the floor. Still the width of the mat or the hips and fold over. Inhale, ragdoll stand. Excuse me, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, turn yourself back to the front of your mat. Good. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, turn your toes out. Come back into your Malasana squat. Drop your seat, lift your heart. Good. Sit on a block if you'd like. One more breath is all we're here. Release your hands down. Straighten your arms and legs. Walk your hands forward. And step into your downward dog. Rise onto your toes. Shift forward and just lower your hips, but keep your toes tucked under. Exhale, downward dog. Bringing your feet closer together. Inhale on your tippy toes. Right leg lifts in the air. Keep it straight on this time. Exhale, knee to chest. And step it all the way through. Lower your back knee to the floor. Send your weight a little bit forward again. Bend your left leg. Take your right hand, reach towards it. Maybe you'll grab it, maybe you won't. And again, you might have come up onto your knee to get there. Now sink forward again. Bring your left arm out in front of you. Hug your heel towards your hips. Or kick your foot away into your arms. You choose. You can even turn your torso and drop maybe into the outer edge of the right foot. See what feels, welcoming to you today. Inhale to your center, if you turned. Exhale if you're holding, let it go easily. Hands on the inside of your right leg. Take your toes out to the side. Bring your forearms to the floor or the block or wherever you can get. Breathe in and out. Tucking your left toes underneath you. Lift your left knee up, and however you get there, so if you can come straight from this position, we're going to step into a plank on our forearms. Shoulders over elbows, belly in, tailbone tucks on. Stay here for a breath, then bring it onto your right arm only. Stack your legs or bring your right knee to the floor. Take your left hand behind your head. Exhale, bring your left elbow towards the floor. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bring your left elbow. Try not to drop your right hip to the floor. One more time. Exhale. Now release the hand, turn it back to the center. Bring your arms out. Shift your hips forward and lower your hips for Sphinx. Lift your heart up. Pull your shoulders back. So your belly button's off the floor. You're resting right below the hip bones and right above the pubic bone. Little triangle of space. Draw the navel point up and in, pelvic floor up and in. Good. Inhale. And exhale, let your chin come down. Tuck your toes underneath you. Lift your knees up. Push back to your forearm plank. And then take your left arm underneath you, spin to your side. Stack your feet or bring your knee to the floor, right arm behind you. Exhale, behind your head, I should say. Exhale, elbow to the floor. Inhale. And exhale, 2 more. One more time. Good, I think I took it down from there. Come back to your forearm. This time, lift your hips up. Walk your feet in closer. Dolphin pose. Shoulders over elbows. Float your right leg in the air. Some of you will take this up into a pincha, mayurasana, a forearm stand pose. Place the right foot down, take the left leg in the air. Left foot down, 4 on the floor. Once again, walk it out to your plank. On your forearms, shift your shoulders over your elbows. Open your arms, shift forward. Lower your hips, Sphinx pose. Pull your heart center through. Good. Exhale, push back to child's pose. Bring your arms with you on this one. Bring your knees closer. Palms up, chest on your thighs, head down, drape your shoulders over your thighs. Tuck your chin to your chest, roll up to sit on your heels. Take your time. Good. Shift your legs around either side and come into a seated position. I'll just adjust my mat a little bit more so you can see more to the side. Take your legs not into your widest straddle. So a straddle, but don't let your ego get caught up in the size of it. All right, so maybe you're off the mat, maybe you want to turn the long edge of the mat. Again, we're not going into our longest straddle. I'm just going to take some water. Grab your blocks nearby should you need them. Now, take your right leg, bend it. So as if you were going into pigeon, put your ankle in the center of your mat, not to your inner thigh. And then adjust it so that your shin is close to parallel to the front edge of the mat. A lot easier here than in our pigeon pose. Turn your left toes up. Flex your right foot. Take your hands in front of you or on blocks and begin to fold forward over your leg. Now just stop where you first feel resistance in both your right hip and maybe your left hamstring, groin. Keep your torso long. Keep walking out until you find that you're in a pretty good place that you can hold for a few breaths. So your right foot is in a pigeon pose. Your left foot is in a upavista, straddle pose. Inhale. Keep your arms reaching out as far as you can in front of you and begin to walk over to your left leg. And just notice how much restriction you have and how far you can go with each of these places. And none of them is right or wrong. Only pain is wrong. Good. Inhale, walk back through center to the right side. A lot more freedom here. Walk your arms in front of you as you would like to. Bring your left knee bent behind you. Walk your arms all the way out to the side. Pull your hip back. Similar to something we did in our warm-up, right? But a little less restriction. Right arm down on the floor block. Bend the arm or not. Open up the side. Inhale, rise up. Switch sides. Into the right. Come back up. Do a little gentle twist. All the things we did earlier on with a little bit more perhaps openness in some parts of our hip, our torso. Come back to center. Little reverse quickly. And then come on back to center. Take your legs out. Shake them out. Give a little love to it. So you're not in a huge straddle. Bend your left knee. Place the heel or the foot in the center of your mat. Right leg is up, or toes are up. Flex your left foot. Walk your hands in front of you, inhale. And begin to fold over, exhale. Stop where you feel it.
Never get so far into it that you can't breathe. Find as much space as you can. Inhale. Keep the length in your spine as you walk to your right leg. Inhale and exhale. So remember, it never matters how far down you go. It's what your body allows. Inhale, walk through your center. Walk all the way over to your left side. 2 hands on the floor. Stay with this for a breath. And then bend your right knee behind you. And find a little bit more release. Push your hips back. Spin this open, right arm comes up. Left arm can be down or straight or on a block. Inhale, come up. Right arm down, left arm up. Exhale, twist outside your left thigh. And then reverse it. And then come back to center. Lean back to release. Shake it out. Take your legs back into that not so big straddle. Take a block if you'd like. Walk it out in front of you. Keep your spine long. So head to tailbone. Turn your toes up and open. Take a breath. And then maybe fold a little bit more. So keeping the spine long, keep looking towards the edge of your, whatever your horizon is there. So don't look down underneath you. Don't look up. Keep your heads neutral. And then reach out. Keep reaching out. Now, relax your feet here and see where it gets you. So no effort in the legs. There's effort in the legs, but not in the feet, right? We're not turning them up, turning down. Take 3 breaths, inhaling and exhaling. After completing 3 breaths, bring yourself up on an inhale. Walk your hands and your block in. Shake out your legs again, bring them closer. Bend your knees, place your feet on the floor. Hold on underneath your thighs. Bring your knees in line with your hips, in line with your second, third toes. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Bring your chin to your chest. Round your spine, pull your belly in, leave your shoulders away from your ears. And start to roll down. Carry your legs with you. As you come down to the floor, bring your legs in, and then hug them all the way to your chest. Good. Straighten your legs in the air, in that shorter straddle position, maybe just on top of your hips for now. Make sure that your legs are on top of your hips, that your legs are not over your head or over your chest and your tailbone's up. So bring it down so you're more of an L shape. Bring your hands behind your head. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders up. Pull your belly into your spine. Now, without bringing your legs back, lift your hips up. So think about bringing your feet to the sky, your head to your legs, and then maybe your hands to your feet in 3, 2, be able to lift a little higher, 1, bring your knees to your chest. Rock on your spine. Place your feet to the floor. Hold on to your shins or ankles. Turn your toes forward. Tilt your pelvis, pubic bone turns up. Push down through your feet and rise all the way up off of your back. Take your arms underneath your back, interlace your fingers, palms together, knuckles pull away. Think about drawing your heels towards your hands and your hands towards your heels to get your maximum length. Squeeze everything nice and strong, pressing firmly into the floor, but don't lose your breath. And then release your hands, upper, mid, lower back to the floor. Let your knees knock in towards each other. Maybe just do a little windshield wiper work. And then come up back to center. Take a second bridge of your choice, supported, non-supported, or
take a wheel with your hands coming by your shoulders. Come to the top of your head softly, and then push up and away. Breathe. So giving a stretch to the entire front side of your body, giving energy to the back side of your body, and breathe. When you're ready to come out of it, come down. Draw both knees back to your chest. Open your arms to a T. Shift your hips right, let your knees fall left, twist. Inhale to center. Shift your hips left, let your knees fall to the right. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Hug yourself into a nice tight ball. Take a moment or two to get yourself settled into a final pose, Shavasana. Let go of any tension. Take anything you need for your Shavasana. Perhaps you need a towel to cover your face, something to cover your shoulders. Perhaps you want to be supported on a block or two or a bolster, what you have. And then surrender your entire body into the earth. Like you're not supported, but the earth supported. Breathe slowly, releasing any maintained breath, any retained breath, any lengthened breath, and just let your body breathe its natural breath. And yeah, let go. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Introduce small movements back to your fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. Draw your knees up to your chest.
Make your way onto either side to rest for as long as you need. And of course, if you can stay longer, just turn this off. Stay. And make yourself comfortable in a seat with your hands together. Prayer when you're ready. Bow your chin towards your chest. Honoring yourselves for showing up and doing the work. Hopefully one of the best hours of your day because it was all for you. Now we have to give. Bow down to each other, to the light, the goodness, the peace, the love within each one of us. Namaste. Satnam. Go in peace. Have a wonderful rest of your day. If you're home, stay fit, stay healthy. Get vaxxed, wear a mask.